We officially have our own van pulled into the shop. Alex is wrapping up some computer work, but today we're going to sit down and talk about our modified family van layout, which we believe is really the best family van layout there is. We're actually going to also talk about our other family van layout with the Happy Jack and kind of the cons of that layout. There are pros and cons to every single layout, so we wanted to talk about that, and this is kind of the start of our build series, and today's video is sponsored by Squarespace. So if you are new to our channel, we are Sarah and Alex James. His name is Alex, not James. I don't know how many people have called him James,
it happens
but
a
that
lot.
is our last name. Fun fact,
name,
it actually wasn't either one of our last names.
We're not getting into that.
But anyways, back to the point of this
Start
video.
that again.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
We're rolling with it.
All right.
Today we're going to be talking about the family van layout. Now, we are known for our family van layout with the Happy Jack bed lift, so we wanted to talk about that and then talk about our own van, which is, oh my god, our van's in the shop, babe. Our own van.
It's taking a minute.
We want to talk about the changes we're making to the family van layout.
It's family van 2.0. So yes, we have a lot of people that are very interested in our original family van layout with the Happy Jack bed lift. I have consult calls with people all the time who want to build out that van because of the functionality and being able to sleep 4 and seat 4. So for us, we are now a family of 4. We just welcomed our second little boy, Waylon, to the crew. And building this van out for ourselves, we still need to do the same things. We needed to be able to sleep 4, we needed to be able to seat 4 safely, but we were going to have a bathroom and a shower and a kitchen and some storage space and all that fun stuff. But we are changing this to the family van 2.0 to make up for some of the deficiencies and some of the misuse of space that we have found in the family van.
So this will actually be our 14th van build, so we have done this quite a few times, and when it comes to van builds, we always go for function over like cool stuff, if that makes sense. Sometimes all the cool stuff you see on YouTube isn't exactly the most functional for everyday needs and everyday traveling.
Well, function and durability. That's the other thing. You can do a
still
lot of
good.
really cool stuff in these, but is it going to be durable and is it going to hold up? And that's what we really strive for.
For sure.
Yeah.
And you guys know we are huge on having a bathroom in our van. We've only built one van out of the 13 that didn't have a bathroom. Yeah. And first things first, we are talking this family van layout that we're talking about, family van 1.0 and 2.0. We highly recommend the 170 extended Sprinter van.
I was going to say the same thing. The first thing is the van.
Yep, because it is the longer wheelbase Sprinter, and then it has the extended part. This is the biggest in the United States, at least the biggest cargo van that you can buy. And for that reason, we love it, because you have to, for us, it's a priority to fit a seat for our kids, to have the shower, to have sleeping spaces, all of that stuff.
Yeah. So ours is a 170 extended 2500. Now, if you are looking to build our original family van design with the Happy Jack bed lift, you're going to need the 3500 just for the weight that you're going to be putting into it, which does mean it's going to have the dualies on the back, or you could get the super singles, but most of you are going to find it with the dualies on the back. Now, with our van, we are going to be really conscious of weight on this build. We want the 2500 because we don't want the huge wheel wells. So that's kind of what you're looking at. As far as the van itself, we found a great deal. This is 2018. It has about like 12,000 miles on it.
One thing that we are doing for our 2500 Sprinter van is upgrading the suspension so that it can handle the weight better and ride better. Now, enough about our van. We're going to jump back into our van in a minute. We wanted to talk about our other family van layout, the 1.0 family van layout with the Happy Jack, and kind of some of the cons that come with that layout. We absolutely love the layout. It is functional, but one thing to consider is that you lose a ton of storage. There's really not much storage in that van because you don't have the upper cabinets in the back. You lose all of that space, which is a lot of storage space.
Now, we built it with 2 versions, and in both versions, because of the Happy Jack, you lose the upper cabinets above the bed in the back, like Sarah was talking about. The second area that you lose storage space is in the front, because depending on the size of seats that you use for your seats for your second or for your third and fourth passenger, your kids, that really can take up even more space and take away more storage space. So the first van that we did, we used a 2-seater transit seat that we mounted, and we mounted it basically as close to the front 2 seats as we could to leave as much storage space as possible in the back. So they were, on the driver's side, still able to fit a really big closet with tons of storage space for all their clothes. They packed in like those storage cube bags, and we designed it perfectly so they could shove as many of those in there as possible. And then they had a huge 130-liter fridge underneath that.
And then not only that, but because the seat was smaller on the driver's side, the passenger side, we were able to bring the kitchen into the sliding door just a little bit.
Yeah,
not
about
much,
10 inches.
Because you still got to walk through there, but we were able to make their kitchen bigger as well.
Exactly. And on the driver's side, they still had the bathroom, the wet bath shower behind the storage space with the closet and the fridge. And that was actually kind of overhanging the wheel well just a little bit because it is the extended body. That's one thing. With the extended, the wheel well comes into play. You want to think about
But
that.
that's where the toilet was. And the way that we designed our toilet, we were able to do that. Now, with the second family van we built, there was less storage in that van because, again, you got the Happy Jack in the back, so you're losing all of the upper cabinet storage. But then they had these massive Toyota Sienna seats that also they wanted them to be able to recline because their kids are a little bit older.
They reclined, they had like footrests on them and everything.
And so the way that those were mounted, they took up a ton of space, and there was not, we did have a small closet in that one. We kind of flipped the orientation so it went the passenger seat, then it was the bathroom, which was smaller because there wasn't a built-in toilet into it, and then it was the fridge and a little closet space up above that. So because those seats were a lot bigger.
But it was a smaller fridge. It was only like a 65-liter fridge.
No, I think that one was still like 110. That was like 100.
It was the Freeline 115.
Yeah, something like that. And then again, like I mentioned with the other seat, because those were small, we were able to extend the kitchen. This van we weren't able to because these seats were so big, the kitchen really just stopped right at the sliding door. It didn't come into the sliding door at all. And so again, there just wasn't as much storage in that. So that's something to think about. If you're gonna be traveling for extended periods of time with your family and you know you guys have a lot of stuff, then that layout might not be the best for you because again, it's hard to fit storage when you're fitting in extra seats, a bathroom, all these different amenities. So you really have to weigh those pros and cons. And so that is why we are modifying that layout for our own needs, not only because our children are very small and could not sleep in a bed that is like a bunk bed, but because we want the extra storage and functionality. And
also just that Happy Jack, the other thing that it does, because of the vertical supports for the Happy Jack, they can only be as wide as the widest point of the ceiling, and the ceiling is more narrow than the floor on these vans. So if you look at the trim as it comes down, it kind of blocks the view looking out the back. It makes the van feel a little bit more tight and cramped when you're sitting in the back U-bench area. And so that's another kind of downside to that layout. It just kind of makes the whole van feel a little bit smaller, and not to mention that it's a really hard install. It's a very complicated process to be able to mount that. There's a huge lead time on those products right now as well. But so if you are like a first-time newbie van builder without a lot of experience in construction or engineering or anything like that, I definitely would not recommend diving into that. And it's like, hey, we're gonna build our first family van with a bed lift on it. What could go wrong?
Yeah, it's a complex build for sure. So with our layout, we are going to be including this into the van layout guide once it's finished, so it won't be in there for a couple months. Probably more like 3 or 4. I'm being optimistic that maybe one day we'll actually finish our own van. We are modifying it again to make it a simpler build and to still have all those same features of sleeping for and having actually more storage.
So what are we doing to change it? We are making multi-function spaces. So the front seating area where we are going to have the bench seat that our kids are going to be sitting in, we are not going to have that just be a seating space. We are going to be using a seat that actually also turns into a bed. So that will be a secondary sleeping space instead of having the Happy Jack overhead. Now
we will have to move car seats, but most car seats nowadays are pretty simple with the latch system to just detach and store them in front of the van while we sleep. While they're little, they might end up in the bed with us because they're not going to be able to sleep in their own bed for a little bit.
We're still trying to figure out exactly what we're going to do on top of that so that our little toddler can sleep safely.
Yeah.
More on that to come.
Yeah. So anyways.
So because we are having a multi-use space in the front with the seats as a secondary sleeping space, we do not have to have the Happy Jack over the bed, which means we get all of that upper cabinet storage in the back.
This is the beginning of the build series, which is exciting. We are going to be sharing along the way our own van build because we're finally building a van for ourselves after not having a van for 2 years. So let us know down in the comments below if there's specific topics you want to see covered in this build series.
Or if you have recommendations on cool products that you guys have found and you're using in your vans, let us know because we're always looking for really cool new stuff. So this is our van. Isn't she pretty? We already got windows in and everything. This is the factory 3-seater from Mercedes that it came with. We're going to be taking this out and putting in our new bench seat. More on that to come. These are my snacks that I munch on when I need sugar. They're really good.
Show them what they are.
Oh, these are the Stroop waffles
He's
from
obsessed
Trader
with these.
Joe's. I lived in Germany for 4 years when I was a little kid growing up, and these remind me of our times there. That's about all
Alex
I remember.
has way too many sugary snacks.
I love sugar! Okay, so inside, like we said, this is going to be gone. So the seat's really only going to come to about here because it's going to be a 2-seater. We are not going to be able to build the kitchen too far into the doorway. It's basically going to stop about here. It's going to be about 20 inches deep, like this, depth-wise. Then you will come in, and here we're going to have, are we doing bathroom and then storage?
I don't know. We haven't decided that. Either
We're
one.
going to have to do bathroom and then storage because we got the wheel well coming in.
Okay.
So, like we were just talking about, because in the extended, the wheel well comes into play, we are going to have our wet bath behind this seat, and then we're going to have a nice closet with extra storage here. And then on this side, like we said, we're going to have our kitchen. And then right about here, about halfway on the wheel well, this is where our bed, invertible table bed area is going to be with a nice U-bench in the back, upper cabinet storage running in the back. We're going to have our AC unit maybe here, who knows? You'll have to keep watching to find out. Beautiful flooring. We're doing something different for the flooring this time that we've never done, so get excited for that. An event fan right about here. And of course we're going to do the Illuminous roof rack on top and all that fun stuff. With
We
some
already
solar.
did a what? 2-inch lift?
We've already done a 2-inch lift. We're going to be adding the Stage 4 kit from Van Compass onto this as well. It's going to be really cool. I can't wait. So, hope you guys enjoy watching these videos as we kind of take you through the behind the scenes and the step-by-step. One of these days, I'm going to get the subfloor out of here and actually do the insulation. Been doing a lot of computer work lately. Today's video is sponsored by Squarespace. We are really excited to continue to work with Squarespace. I was just filing our monthly sales taxes, and guess what? Squarespace has an awesome account function if you are doing e-commerce where you can go pull up reports and it's going to show you your taxes right there. One of the really cool features that Squarespace offers, along with a super intuitive back end, lots of fun templates that are plug and play so that you can create and design a professional website to help you move forward with whatever project it is that you want to work on. What's that passion project you've been wanting to start? Squarespace can help you get there.
Head to squarespace.com for a free 2-week trial, and when you're ready to launch, head to squarespace.com/40 hours for 10% off your purchase of a website or domain. Thanks Squarespace for sponsoring another video. Having sponsors like Squarespace really does help us create these videos because we are not only business owners, we now have 2 under 2, a million things going on. We're talking about building another house and shop. And all these crazy things that we are doing, and we're trying to build our own van and deal with clients, and we got a lot going on, so it really helps us create this content for you guys. So thanks to our sponsors.
And thanks to you guys for watching. We love this community that we have created on YouTube. There are so many of you here that have awesome comments, and we love to watch and read those and check out your own videos as you're posting those. And also all of you that have joined our van layout guide community, which is really cool. We have a private Facebook group for that where we interact. That is basically the only place I interact on social media anymore.
Yeah. it's tough to create content all the time.
But it is really fun in there. People ask great questions, really high-level questions. You can ask really high-level questions. You do have to be a member, a buyer of the Van Layout Guide to request and join that private Facebook group. But that's where we try to provide as much additional value as possible. So thank you guys. We love creating this content. We're excited to share this van build with you and become van owners again.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
And I know when we bought our last van that then we ended up selling to Battleborn, we mentioned that we were going to rent our van, and we are going to be renting this one.
Yeah. We're not going to sell it.
No, we're not selling it.
I don't care how
Even
much
if
you
somebody
try
wants
to give me.
to pay a lot of money, because you guys will pay a lot of money. It's kind of crazy. But nope, we're keeping this one.
Yes, we are. For
a
at
long
least,
time.
Oh, a long time.
For at least until we build the next one
at least
for
a couple
ourselves.
weeks or something?
No.
No?
Couple
All right.
years.
That's enough of this.
Be sure to like this video and subscribe if you're excited for the build series, and we'll see you guys next time.